Hello, welcome back, Pastor Tim Rogers. After keeping quiet for years and letting rumors fly, he's finally spoken out. And what he shared has shocked everyone around him. This isn't just a story about personal issues, it's about broken trust, emotional strain, and a truth so heavy it's impossible to ignore. Pastor Rogers has always kept a low profile outside the church, rarely stepping into the spotlight unless it was part of his ministry. But recent events left him no choice. For years, whispers followed the name of Leadnria Bennett, someone close to Pastor Rogers, respected in her own right. The talk focused on a possible drinking problem. Some called it gossip, others swore by what they had seen. But Rogers never said a word. That silence was broken recently, and the shockwaves haven't stopped. But everything began to change around 2021. People in the church noticed Leadnria pulling away. She missed important events, came late to services she was supposed to lead, and, according to some who were close to her, appeared distressed and unwell in spaces where she used to thrive. At first, folks assumed she was burned out. Ministry is emotionally exhausting after all. But soon, the rumors picked up. Was she drinking? Then the photos started to surface. Social media posts showed her at what looked like house parties, wine glass in hand. Some said she looked intoxicated. While these images didn't prove anything outright, they cast a shadow over her reputation. Some posts disappeared quickly, but not before screenshots made their way around church group chats. Even then, Pastor Rogers stayed silent. He didn't speak from the pulpit. He didn't offer a public prayer or acknowledgement. His silence raised more questions than answers. Why stay quiet when someone so close seems to be in crisis? As speculation swirled, Leadnria's name became a hot topic, not just in gossip circles, but in spiritual communities and church forums. Witnesses from past events started stepping forward, sharing moments when she seemed emotionally checked out or possibly under the influence. One deacon reportedly said he smelled alcohol on her more than once at Bible study. During a retreat, she was allegedly asked to leave after an outburst. But it was the visuals that really pushed things over the edge. A photo from a birthday party showed her holding a glass of wine, leaning heavily on someone. These things weren't criminal, but in the context of her leadership role, they clashed sharply with her image. In the Black church, where leaders are often held to very high standards, even the suggestion of impropriety can cause a major backlash. Then came a pivotal Sunday service in early 2024. Pastor Rogers delivered a sermon called "Carrying the Weight You Don't Talk About." Halfway through, his tone shifted. He grew quiet, visibly emotional. Then he said something that hit everyone in the room. Sometimes the people you pray for are the same ones trying to drown in silence. And when they can't come up for air, they take you down with them unless you let go. He didn't name anyone, but everyone knew exactly who he meant. Social media lit up with questions and analysis. Was this about Leadnria? Was he stepping away from her? Was she okay? A week later, the answers started to come. Pastor Tim Rogers went live on his Facebook page. No choir, no music, just him speaking plainly to the camera. The video lasted under 12 minutes, but it's been viewed tens of thousands of times. He opened calmly. "Y'all been asking where I stand. Let me tell you something. I stand with truth, and I stand with grace. But that don't mean I stand with everything people do." From the start, he made it clear. This wasn't about dragging someone through the mud. He wasn't naming names or assigning blame. But the weight in his voice, the sadness in his eyes, it said more than enough. He spoke of helping people through addictions, trauma, and family pain. He stressed that the church should be a healing space, not a place for perfect people. But he also drew a firm line. He explained that sometimes, when someone's pain starts invading your peace, you have to decide, do you keep carrying them, or do you protect your own spirit? And then came the line that echoed across the internet. I love them. I still pray for them. But love don't mean enablement. That one sentence was posted, tweeted, quoted, and debated all over social media. For some, it was a declaration of strength. For others, it felt like a cold rejection. Still, Pastor Rogers never said the words addiction, or he didn't confirm what the issue was. He didn't say he was cutting ties, but he also didn't say he was still standing with her. It was a careful message, some say too careful. Was he protecting her privacy or shielding his own reputation? Reactions were split. Some people praised him for being mature, offering compassion without losing his own boundaries. Others accused him of backing out when things got messy. His church started to shift too. Some younger members, especially women who admired Leadnria, were deeply disappointed. One choir member reportedly left saying, "If she couldn't count on him, what chance do any of us have?" But others defended him. They said he'd already done a lot for her privately, and this wasn't the first time she'd struggled. Screenshots of old messages between Leadnria and other pastors popped up online. One post, allegedly from her private account, read, "Being seen as a vessel doesn't mean I don't bleed too. But the moment you show weakness, they call you broken instead of human." Was it a cry for help? A shot at Rogers? No one could say for sure, but the conversation deepened. Through it all, Leadnria stayed silent. No social media, no comments, nothing. Her disappearance was almost louder than if she had spoken. Rumors swirled. Some said she was in counseling. Others hinted at a major comeback or even a tell-all book. Friends posted cryptic messages about being in the cave as a place of preparation, not punishment. Her silence left room for speculation, and it hasn't stopped. People went back and watched her old sermons with new eyes. One clip had her saying, "Sometimes the wine you use to forget your pain starts drowning the voice of God." Was she talking about herself? Another viral moment showed her shouting in church, "I'm not perfect, but I'm chosen, and I'm tired of people crucifying me while they're hiding their own bottles." Those old words suddenly carried new meaning. Pastor Rogers' response was calm, yes, but it also challenged the church to ask deeper questions. Can we be a space that restores the broken instead of discarding them? Can we support leaders even when they're not perfect? That's the real story here. It's not just about one woman's silence or one pastor's statement. It's about what kind of church we want to be. If we truly believe in redemption, then Leadnria's story isn't over. And maybe, just maybe, the fall we're witnessing now will turn into one of the most powerful comebacks the faith world has ever seen.